Hello and welcome guys, this is another episode of Tryhard with the Ballpiont. Hopefully this time it will work. The Ballpiont is a Splatling, which is a combination of two Splatling. One I already featured, which is the Mini, and another one is the Hydra. The Hydra is an extremely heavy Splatling, meaning it doesn't move a lot, but it shoots really far. So the Ballpiont, after you shoot a bit, it goes into Hydra mode, and if you recharge, which you can with this Splatling, then you can go back into Mini mode, and as you can see, you can keep Hydra mode for quite a while, making this really broken. Another thing is that if you haven't noticed, in Mini mode it does 28 damage, while in Hydra mode it does 30. So it also boosts its power, accuracy and range, which is pretty cool. We're using the Ballpiont in the bar, and I'll see you in the games. Okay, let's go. First battle in New Albacore, which is actually the reason why I'm using the minis, the Ballpiont, my bad. So if you saw my last episode with the Junior, you know that I already tried recording with the Ballpiont, and you know that I've been dropping frame like maniac for using OBS. I think I fixed it, I'm not sure. Like as far as I know, I haven't seen any major problems with my recording so far, which is really good. I do have rain as my special, so let's go a bit over the Ballpiont and why you would want to use it, because that's a really good weapon. So the Ballpiont has, except for how broken it is by the ability to just recharge to be able to move much more freely on the map, it also, when it was released, this is like the non-release version, like the after. When it was firstly released, it was released with Toxic Mist and what you call it, and Inkjet. So both are not the greatest things that you would want, especially on such a backline Splatling. Yeah, so after it was really, like, not many people use it, except for the fact that it was good. Not a whole lot of people use it because of the fact that it really doesn't have like the supportive abilities or like the pressure abilities that a backline should have. Luckily for it, it got Inkstorm and Beacons, which a lot of people would argue are really great weapons, but great kit, I should say. Great kit for this weapon, because it gives it the pressure and it gives it both the support that it needed to do, which it couldn't at first. So it is a majorly used weapon, one of the most popular ones, just because of how relatively easy it is to pick up and use at first, and how helpful it is for your team if you do know how to use it. And I was able to get him thanks to my amazing range. Yeah, so that's a Ballpiont. If you have ever thought of maybe trying it out, notice that, yep, the range is really good and really fun. So that was the first game. We completely had them, especially because I was in mid the entire game, just pressuring them from the side, while my teammate just pushed ahead. We'll check my score, and yep, I did the worst, but I'll see you in the next one. Okay, nice. So we got another game. This is Gobi Arena. It is a much smaller map, but the extra range that I do get with the Ballpiont does actually work. It's one of the few maps that even though it's so small, because there's so many different heights, like this area, and the area that I'm currently standing, which also has a lot of varying heights. The ballpoint is surprisingly good. He just took out a splashdown with an inkjet. Oh my god. I'm pretty high for him actually. I'm trying to like help to get the blah blah bar. I don't know why, but the more I play, the more I realize how much I actually hate the blah blah bar. Like, I thought it was fun, but so many like people who are not necessarily like, or not bad, but not that good at the game, are picking it up and using it, and especially on like rank mode, like on tower control, where you can just spam the bubbles. Like, they don't really have any major use, but just the ability to spam bubbles near tower. So if people want to maybe try to get closer, and why did you not jump to the beacon right there? My point is that I see a lot of people who are using the blah blah bar and are basically, in my opinion, get what I'd like to call free kills. Like, it's not that they have worked on the kill and they moved, and it's like every kill that they do feels like it was stolen. Feel like it wasn't like a justified kill that they deserved. More like we just shot in the general direction, and the brokenness of our weapon, like bouncing around all over the place and doing whatever. It feels like that's what getting them the kill. So, yep. And I am back. I'm sorry for that. I have family, and family is always a big fan of being disrupted and just entering your room without questioning. Nope, as you can see, we are in a bit of a tough situation. As we can't really... I got one, I got two apparently with my rain. And I got 3 for that, but I don't think we were able to get that win. Although, I'd say it was a fine game for me. Yeah, it wasn't enough. Well, that is unfortunate. I did try my best. As you can see, I did paint the most and got the most kills of my team, but it looks like one of them got 15. Which means he basically obliterated my guys, so what can I do? That's crazy. Okay, heading in for what could be our final game. We have another charger on the team, and they have a charger. So, something that I would want to say that it is a bit of a surprise actually. And I'm just looking over my playback, and since I don't see any like particular frame drops, I feel like this episode will be good. So what I what I was talking about, without getting distracted by my playback. You almost died. I'm dead. Oh my god! Luckily for me, this Zap was not on his best behavior, and I can't behind you. Fuck. That was that was such a bad play by me. Okay, so again to my point. So Turf 4 has this thing where it likes to do be more of a party game rather than a competitive one, which I guess is the correct approach. Cause in a lot of situations, if there are people using the same weapon, you would pair them in the same team so that can be happy with having both of them playing the same weapon. Not something that I really understand, but it is a thing that happens in Turf 4. I did not see the zap. I was hoping on another list that was on our hoop, and looks like that zap is really not a good player. Like, no offense, I'm just a worse player with the ballpoint. And then you're like, I mean, if you're so bad with the ballpoint, why the fuck are you using it? And I'm like, well, that's the reason I'm playing on Turf War, cause no one gives a fuck about your rank in Turf War, cause there is no rank in Turf War. I can just have fun and play a fucking weapon that I want to play. It's easy, it's simple, it's fun. What can possibly go wrong? And that's laying on their plat. Really good pressure too. We get one of them. I seize you. And I have superior range. Looks like fuck, the zap is there. Yep. I can't see where he is. That's where he is. No, fuck! You let him to me! What the fuck? That was a Splush 7. A scary weapon if used in the correct way. Looks like he took my beacon out. That's unfortunate. And I really need to get back into mid quick, cause I can't get him! We lost, I think. That was terrible. Well, not my greatest showing. I mean, we started good, but I couldn't bring it back for my team and I died twice, really at the end, which is the most important time in Turf War. So, that was an unfortunate game. Our Charger, he tried existing. Well, that was it for Ballpoint. I do hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!